Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Coffee Conversation, the entrepreneur powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, Lions Club of Mumbai Shining, India Business Group IBG, Indian Chamber of International Business ICIB. The topic for the day is 6 tips to beat procrastination in 2023. Hi, I am Jolly Singh, host for Coffee Conversation. We have today with us our guest speaker, Suresh Babu, a business performance coach helping CXOs, business owners, entrepreneurs, and decision makers in organizations of all sizes to upgrade their performance easily, effortlessly, and efficiently. And also a proud BNI member, a support director consultant, and training director consultant at BNI Bangalore region. We welcome you, sir. Today, Mr. Mansoor Thakral, Operations Head at Prime Infotech Solution, co-founder at TIF, and I, as his co-host, will be hosting today's coffee conversation. Our coffee conversation is divided into three parts: professional, personal, and rapid fire round. So let's begin with our today's coffee conversation. I would like to welcome Mr. Mansoor Thakral to begin with the first round, that is professional questions.
Thank you, Johnny. Yes. Suresh, it's a very great pleasure for us to have you over here. All right. So, we know that you have a vast experience in the corporate side, and now you have started your entrepreneurial experience and journey. So we would like to know a little bit more about how this transition happened from the corporate side to the entrepreneurial journeys.
Thanks a lot, Mansoor, and I appreciate each one of you on the screen, off the screen. Jolly, that was fantastic start. Happy New Year to each one of you. As a matter of fact, 2023, I look at this as an year of promises. Rather, I'll put it across as a promising year indeed. Okay, so with that, congratulations for this particular program, and thanks for having me on this show. So, first question. From corporate to entrepreneurship. That's what you want to know, right?
Yes, sir.
Very, very interesting. I am an expert around people management and project management. And I felt, yeah, now I can do business.
Okay.
Having put 20 plus years of experience, let me start my entrepreneurship journey because I always wanted to. However, like school and college, it's not about mathematics and physics and chemistry. There is social studies, there is language, and you need to have attendance, and you need to pass examination. Just like that, entrepreneurship is having so many things besides being a subject matter expert. That made me think, oh my God, I have zero experience in sales. I know nothing about marketing. And I can't move ahead as an entrepreneur with only people management and project management. So that was a big shock for me. Hope it answers you, Mansoor.
Okay. Right. So how was the feeling, when you jumped from suddenly from corporate into entrepreneurship? So were there any kind of initial hurdles that came across you, or was that man ka dar? So kabhi aaya aapke upar se? How did you get over it?
I think it's a mixed answer. Before that, let me make it a bit easy by telling a joke. It was exactly January 2013 I quit Microsoft Corporation. And it took 6 months. I repeat, it took 6 months to not see my team, my boss, my clients in my dreams.
Okay.
So having spent so many years, every night you always think about your work, your projects, your clients, your boss. So those thoughts got completely erased, and it took 6 months for that. Point number one. Point number two, as an employee, most of us do not realize, irrespective of how you perform, the salary comes into your pocket. It gets remitted into your bank account. And suddenly I realized that main pipe of money inflow got disconnected. That's something which is not easy to understand, not easy to explain. It is only one has to experience. And again, as I said, no knowledge of sales, no knowledge of marketing, that these were really nightmares.
Right. So, but if so, like, as you said, like, there was no knowledge and everything. So then overall, so like, how did you gain that knowledge? If I have to ask you that.
Yeah,
Right?
that's beautiful. Say for instance, I don't know whether you know swimming or not. Once you are pushed into the swimming pool, till such time you are pushed into the swimming pool, you think only by putting your hands and floating that is enough.
Right.
Then you realized, oh my God, I need to manage my breath to go to the side, So you look at how much distance is there and how I should travel, and somehow you will travel. So having resigned Microsoft and having started my entrepreneurship journey, then I was realizing, oh my God, why people are not signing up? Why they are not giving me money? Everybody is expecting free of cost service. And this way I cannot manage. So that made me go into trainings and workshops and signed up with the world's best organizations, world's best mentors. And I said, oh, I have to invest on myself.
Right.
And the moment I decided, I did not look at what is it I'm going to spend. I only looked at what is it I'm going to get. And that was the key change. And I started becoming a very good student, and I traveled across different cities to get trained by the world's best.
As you mentioned about, like, jumping in the water and swimming and everything, so then I want to ask you this on a very, like, a professional level. So we have something which is an experience based, something which we learn from experience, and then we take that experience and give it in the form of training. So how does training and certification come to one person who's, like, trying to work out something in life, trying to quit his job, from a 9 to 5 to start his entrepreneurial journey? How does training and experience go hand in hand, sir?
I think your question itself is having the answer.
Okay.
If you don't have certification, if you don't have training, you cannot go hand in hand. So I'm from Hyderabad, and I'll give you an example. We have something known as Unani doctors.
Yes.
Okay. And it's not that Unani doctors are not qualified. I'm just trying to give an example parallel to the allopathy and what do you call it as, other sciences. So how much ever knowledge you have, if you don't go through a process of a formal training, there is every possibility you will do mistakes. And if the training is backed by a certificate, it's not about the people, but your confidence itself is different. See, when I claim people management and project management expert, on people management, I have MBTA certificate. I can make people understand their personalities. I have Clifton Sense Finder certification that will help people know their talents. On project management, I am a project management professional, PMP, which is again world's amongst the best. So that gives confidence to me to portray myself, and also client is not going flamboyant because of certification, but they will get a feeling, oh, I'm working with a professional.
Right.
So I'm not from that school of thought कि graduation रहना चाहिए, post graduation वगैरह वगैरह. But whatever you do, you need to have that authority. So one must invest on trainings, one must invest on certification if you really want to make it as your profession.
Right. Okay. So, like, you told me, sir, like, you mentioned to our viewers and everyone that you work for Microsoft, and I remember having a conversation with you on the phone, so that you handle a lot of team members, more than 200 plus, if I remember the conversation. So
Yes.
how did it go? Like, how did you manage to have such a connection, or build that coordination or manage the teams while you were working? Because as you said, so you did not have experience at all, and then you were just thrown in the fields, in the water, and then I just want to understand a bit more about that.
I think team management, people management experience I had enough. Marketing and sales and business acumen, I was not having much. So coming back to the question of team, today we are talking about hybrid. Today we are talking about remote in 2022, 2023. But I was managing my team remotely in 2010. So it's not that world does not know how to manage people in hybrid and in virtual world. It's all about the connection. See, we are now on a virtual platform, and our relationship is you had only one phone telephonic call.
Right.
Today we are on the virtual platform. But don't you think we are already connected? There is a good chemistry between you and me in terms of power. So heart-to-heart communication is more important than a handshake. So are you in a position to really connect with people from their perspective and be as plain as possible, as humble as possible, as direct as possible, as transparent as possible? So 200 people, 55 people were reporting to me directly. And one amongst my team members, she was in Seattle, and I did not see her for 18 months. And we did 2 cycles of performance review also. And not in now, 2011, 2012 ki baat hai. And now comes my natural personality and my natural innate talents. Relator is #1 talent out of my gallops, which typically talks about maintaining the relationship. And from MBTI standpoint, I'm an F type of personality. So feeling comes first and thinking comes next. So I'm leveraging my own personality and talents.
Yes, I can see that. Okay. Right. So when we talk about like you not having marketing skills at that very moment, so when someone walked up to you during those times and like spoke to you about marketing and all that, how did you cope? Like, and what are your views on marketing on social media?
Fantastic. Let us be humble. And Mansoor, I don't want you to call me sir because it's not something I like. Okay.
Okay.
So if you can call me Suresh, that will be great. Now coming back to the question. See, you get into a sport and you don't know how to play. What is it you do? You play wrong.
Definitely.
You give foul. You lose the game. That is exactly happened with me without my marketing and sales acumen.
Okay.
We were not in a position to close deals. Customers were not paying the money. We were losing out on the customers. We did every mistake happened. And when I became a trainer with Image Consulting Business Institute, I was a lead trainer and I had to deliver sessions on sales. And the best learning for a human being is teach. So when I was teaching, I had to do a lot of research, a lot of preparation. And during the preparation, I could understand what mistakes I am doing. And here comes the most important thing. I signed up for Sales Explosion, an international trainer Blair Singer's program, and also from Mr. Clinton's Fine, and understood, oh my God, this funnel, wedge, what's happening with human psychology, sales. Then I could understand I'm actually born salesperson. Because sales is all about communication. Sales is all about human being relationship. Sales is not about your product. Of course, product knowledge is required. So each one of us are actually salespersons. Jolly, she attracted all the audience and ensured that the stage is set for you and me. So she already sold you and me.
Yeah, she did.
So, this is what is sales. Now, your question is, as of today, marketing and social media. And this is absolutely Suresh Babu's view. And in case the participants and the audience are not that active, I request each one of you to be active because this is going to be $1 million knowledge. Every human being who's unknown to us, converting them to known is marketing. Every person who we do not know, making them know us is marketing. Now that you know them, providing a product or a service in exchange of money is sales. No human being buys anything from anybody unless the human connection happens. So that is marketing and sales, which most of the times, best of the sales gurus also could not clarify. And again, I'm saying this is my view. No digital marketing. This is my favorite quote. What exactly is the difference because of pandemic? I'm a big lover of Pareto law, 80-20 rule. So let me use that to put across and answer what is the difference in life. We can't call it as post-pandemic, but it's more or less post-pandemic now in 2023 January, yes, right? March 2020 and before that, we were online, we were on cloud for 20% of our life. What does that mean? We were doing our online bank transfers. We were buying our airline and railway tickets. We had Swiggy's and Zomato's. Yes. We were doing purchases from Amazon. We were doing banking online. During pandemic, everything came to a halt. And now we are 20% on planet Earth and 80% on cloud. I repeat, today we are 80% on cloud and 20% on planet Earth. That's the reason I am not coming to your studio. You are not coming to my place. We are having virtual interview. Yes, we are on cloud actually. Don't you think so? We are on cloud now? We are on cloud. Yes, Suresh, we are on cloud. Yes. So now that we are on cloud, where should your marketing happen? On cloud. Absolutely. That is digital marketing. Yeah. So there is no escape. So your digital presence is your digital marketing. Your netizens unknown to you, converting them to known, is your social media marketing. And when we cracked this, thanks to all my gurus, thanks to all my mentors, and I, as I said, I must have invested about 20,000 US dollars in becoming what I am after quitting Microsoft. So that's helping me help my clients. Definitely, Suresh, it is like you just explained as digital marketing like in a few minutes, and it just hit and all of a sudden I had, suddenly like you're on cloud, so you have to market on cloud. Very beautifully said, Suresh. जहाँ पे traffic है वहाँ पे marketing करना चाहिए ना. We used to distribute pamphlets at a Chaurasta. Now the Chaurasta is on cloud. Distribute pamphlets on cloud Chaurasta. Definitely, Suresh. That was really an amazing thought that you just gave it. It literally like, for a split second you have those things going on in your mind. So I just got my thinking cap on, like, okay, suddenly. Okay, moving on to the next question. This is a bit outside the question, to be honest. So when, this is a little bit more about our topic. So Suresh, you said that, you left the corporate and then you started an entrepreneur journey and then you went to meet different gurus and everything. During these times, how did you beat procrastination? So that is very good, topic which is favorite for me. Because the moment I say procrastination, everybody says, yeah, I am procrastinating. But none of you are procrastinating actually. Okay. In spite of being procrastinator, make a list of all the things we are doing in a timely manner. And everybody will have half a dozen things which you are doing in a timely manner. Okay. So procrastination is something which we are thinking it as a trouble or as a disease. However, there is science behind that. And I will give you 6 hacks or 6 points in terms of how I could come out of procrastination and how I am helping my coaching clients. Number 1 is the fear. What is fear? Say, for instance, if I were not to be confident of facing this interview, that fear will kick in. And then knowingly, unknowingly, I'll be postponing and saying, Mansoor, not now, yeah, shall we keep it for 6th? Then again, on 6th, I will say, shall we keep it for 5th? The reason is the fear of facing the camera. Like that, we have so many fears: fear of failure, fear of rejection. My customer may not place order with me. My spouse may not like this dress. My spouse may not like this movie, whatever it is. My client may not like this proposal. So number 1 is fear. In the interest of time, I have to make it very, very short because it's a 90 minutes webinar itself I can conduct on this. Okay. The second one is confusion. What is confusion? Shall I go for Zoom or shall I go for Google Meet? Shall I go for Team? Shall I have it video recorded and send it across? Similarly, should I continue my job or get into entrepreneurship? Or is this the line of product line or service line right for me, or should I do something different? So the more confusions you have, the more procrastination happens. So first make a list of all the fears, then make a list of all confusions. Just by writing on the paper, I swear you will get a solution. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. Just write it down. You will get it. If you find something, just let Mansoor and me know once you go through this. Then the third one is, because of the fear, because of the confusion, the real procrastination kicks in. Then you need to look at, why am I postponing things? Why am I not in a position to take action? Then you ask yourself, there are so many things you are taking action actually. Don't you think you are not procrastinating everything? Few things you are procrastinating, but few things you are not procrastinating. So let us not demean ourselves. We are very, very smart. We are very, very good. Then comes the second three, which is solution. What is solution? Is you need to get clarity. Clarity 2023. What all are the things I am going to continue? What all are the things I am going to stop? What all are the things I am going to start? If you can have a clarity written on a piece of paper, then look at what happens. Say, for instance, in my case, WhatsApp is taking away a lot of time. However, WhatsApp is giving me business. Now, what do? I need to understand how many groups can I archive, how many groups I can keep it with me. And once in a week, I go through all my archive messages. And every day I look at my regular messages. So I'm very clear. I'm not going to look at my archive messages come what may during my productive time. Like this, you can have your own clarity in terms of what to do, what to do. Say, for instance, another clarity is I will focus more on videos production and I will make my YouTube channel more popular this year. So very soon I'll be launching 2-minute videos, 5 minutes videos, and take all these, small nuggets. I'm very clear about it. So have clarity, what you want to do, you don't, what you don't. Now that fear is taken care, confusion is taken care, procrastination is taken care, and you have clarity, then comes the most important. Look at your passion. Human beings are the most intelligent people not to do, I repeat, not to do what they don't want to do.
Okay.
And you can't deceive yourselves. If you are interested, if you are passionate, you will do it. So now comes, please identify your passion. Please identify your interest in a very scientific manner and align your work towards that. Say, for instance, I love driving. In spite of the toughest traffic what we have in both the cities where I move a lot, Hyderabad and Bangalore, I enjoy driving. So I was telling a friend of mine, I don't mind becoming a chauffeur for a person as a profession, living my training and coaching. Then I said, oh, is it so? I said, provided somebody can afford me. That's important, right? They should give me the car of my choice and they should pay me the way I want. Then I will, because I'm very passionate. Now comes the last one. Now that you are clear and you are aligning what you want to achieve to the passion, then you start taking action automatically. And once you take action, what is that you get? Results. Yeah. And if you take massive action,
massive results.
That's it.
Right.
That's the 6 key points of beating procrastination. And today, While you go through this program itself, start making notes. And if need be, reach me out on my LinkedIn and say, Suresh, I went through this. This is what I have done. This is what I want a solution. I'll be more than happy because what I am doing is out of passion. I love to see people getting enhancing their performance. I love to see people getting empowered. That gives me high. So please reach me. That's it. All the 6 points. Just to repeat, fear, confusion, procrastination on one side, clarity, passion, action on the other side. 6 things. Over to you.
All right. Okay, Suresh, we know that BNI has a special place in your heart. So can you tell us like how BNI has helped you shape your career?
It's not just about BNI. All of us should be associated with multiple groups depending on your profession. Because that is where you rub your shoulders with the like-minded people. More specifically, see, I attended BNI while I was in Microsoft itself as a guest, as a visitor.
Okay.
When I started my business, I did not join BNI. I joined BNI after 3 years. For a simple reason, I was not ready. As an entrepreneur, I was just budding. And when I joined, those of you who know it, it's easy, but otherwise, let me make it very, very simple. I did not go slow. I went at a good speed. So I was a member. Then I became growth coordinator. That is, I was helping the chapter in which I was there as a growth. Then I became the president of the chapter. Then I became an ambassador for another chapter. Then I started supporting another chapters. And now I'm a regional trainer across BNI Bangalore. And I do something known as advanced referral workshop. So I love impacting people in their business. And now you can see my actions, my passion are aligned.
Yes, they are.
That's the reason I do much more than what I think I should be doing very, very happily. So yes, BNI played a vital role in terms of my career as entrepreneurs because it's no nuisance association. It makes you discipline. And going back to where we started, it helped me market myself. It helped me sell my products. It helped me sell my services through my referral partners.
Right. Suresh, as you mentioned, like, you should be part of networking groups and association. Can you please tell us something more about that part? Like, why is it necessary and why should people choose to go into networking groups or, associations?
So as an MBTI practitioner, and even otherwise, most of the people talk about extroverts and introverts knowingly, unknowingly. Okay, extroverts will invariably speak, invariably meet people. It is their natural style. Whereas introverts find it very, very difficult to speak out. And network organizations will compel you to speak, compel you to meet, compel you to network. Now, which network organization to join? I'm a project management professional. Obviously, I should be networking with project managers. So PMI has got city-based associations. I'm a part of it. And because of BNI, we spoke enough. Similarly, whichever, say for instance, not now, but while in Microsoft, I was charter member to start Toastmasters. At some point of time, I was with Rotary. So you have to take a call, which one might go with your profession. Doctors will have different network associations. Multi-level marketing people will have different network associations. So that is where you find your like-minded people, and it's butterfly effect. It's a huge science. I can talk about it. If you are not a part of any network organizations, or if you are not like a formal this thing, please consider one.
Okay. Definitely. Okay. So Suresh, moving on to the next question. Okay. Can you tell us something about the system what you had created, a smarter implementation system? And
Sure,
it's
sure,
three.
sure. Looks like you've done huge research, and I'm so happy. See, we know a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab.
Yes.
But how many of us have used it in our real life?
Not really. Never. To be honest, never.
Nobody answered me yes. I asked thousands of people from the stage. Nobody answered me yes. However, systems work. Process works. So what I did is I created a 9-block framework based on my 55 plus years of life experience, 32 plus years of my professional experience, and 10 years of my entrepreneurship experience. So what it means is it's not in invention, it is innovation. Okay. So smarter implementation system is how can we get good executors? How can we implement our ideas with less efforts? That's the reason I always use easily, effortlessly, and efficiently. So it starts like this. First block is knowing yourselves. You go to any Eastern methodology or any old religious methodologies, it all starts with, do you know yourselves? When are you using the tools available, like project management, Pareto law, Parkinson's law? This is how I created. And then I was fortunate enough to get knowledge about something known as Fibonacci series, golden ratio. And also, very few people can talk on this subject, which we are talking really high with our clients, is the diamond cutter.
Okay.
So I can't explain all the 9. I will focus on few things which are very important for your audience. Diamond cutter principles are, interestingly, the talking and the speaking and the preaching of Gautam Buddha.
Okay. This
What's
is
the other name of Gautam Buddha?
Siddhartha. No, yeah, Siddhartha.
Yes, Siddhartha. So King Siddhartha spoke about how to do business.
Okay.
And that attracted my attention. And I went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to master it. And then I could understand, oh my God, Gautam Buddha is version 2.0, but Siddhartha is version 1.0. And from the version 1.0, these diamond cutter principles are so beautiful. So I included that as one amongst the 9 modules. So it is as simple as Pareto law 80-20 rule to as complex as the diamond cutter principle. So this is how we put all the 9 blocks, and we take anything you want to achieve. I take my clients through the 9 blocks, and that framework, I call it as smarter implementation system. And I can challenge anything they come with me. This is what we want to implement. I only ask within how many days, within how many months, within how many years. Accordingly, I will use this 9 and
And if you could just give us some more light about, like you just told about Gautam Buddha and about his passion about his real name Siddhartha. So, what is exactly the take that you got from Siddhartha? What was that one take that motivated you?
Yeah. So one amongst the so many things, and it is so complex. I doubt if I'll be in a successful way to explain in the shortest manner, but I'll tell you one thing. What is this?
It's a pen.
Why did you say it is as a pen? I actually use it for my cleaning my, clearing my ears.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a pen. Hey, we call it a pen.
Because of your experience.
Yes, because of my experience, I know it's a pen because I use it to write. Yes.
Yeah. Incidentally, this is not having a refill. I only use it for scratching my ears. I'm just kidding. Okay. So for me, it is not a pen.
Okay.
So like that, there is no meaning for any word other than the meaning you give to the word.
Okay.
So from the business standpoint, we are thinking this is a great product. But what is the guarantee customer is also agreeing that it is a great product? Possibility is no.
No guarantee.
Because his or her experience is completely different. So he goes so deep to make you understand what you are thinking versus what they are thinking need not be the same. They have to put efforts, you have to put efforts to come to that congruence of understanding. Only then things will explode. He gives a beautiful example. If you look at a glass pane, a door glass, from one side, it is so transparent. Once you see from the side, from the thickness, it is translucent. Why? So everything will change depending on how you are looking at it, in spite of the object being the same. So it is a bit complex. It's very interesting. Probably on that itself, you have to take a 30 minutes time slot, then I'll be in a position. But there are about multiple questions and answers in terms of all entrepreneurs go through, which is valid even in 2023.
And moving on to the next question. Okay. When you know, how do you handle your clients, and bring up their confidence, like when someone walks up to you and be like, I'm a little bit underconfident, or, I need to get my confidence back. And you may be being approached by certain people and organizations. So how are your steps to do that particular part for helping someone gain their confidence?
Okay. Very frankly, I don't think I have a framework or a steps. And I should say, thanks to Almighty, thanks to my parents, thanks to my teachers, I've been blessed with that so-called, knack. Okay. So I'll give you a live example. It's not that somebody came with low confidence. One of my client during the coaching program, in spite of my being my coach, was very, very low. Very low in the sense, it was very difficult for him to bring him up. Immediately, I opened the video on YouTube. What is that person's name? Nick, right? Who's not having the arms and legs?
Yes, Nick.
Vic, I think.
Victor, something that earlier, I know about it. Yeah.
So I opened that video and I kept my mouth shut. Make him watch the video. Then I said, how lucky are we? When he can stay so motivated and is motivating so many people, what is the problem with you and me? And with that one incident, my client's mood completely changed. So what works at what point of time? There is no A plus B whole square formula. No. We need to understand how exactly can we give them that confidence? Because all of us are human beings. And as human beings, all of us go through the same ups and downs. Some people are most of the times low on energy. Some people are most of the time high on the energy. But when somebody is low, how do you bring yourselves back is important. So I don't have any magical wand per se, but I'm blessed. One of my cousin gave me a compliment. He said, Suresh, when somebody comes crying with you, crying to you, you will ensure that they will go back laughing. How can you do that? I said, I don't know, but you are right. It's possible. That's what is important.
It is. I remember seeing one of these videos of Nick when he was talking to his student. There was this class, I just remember. He was talking to them and he was like, they asked me to swim. They asked me to do this, but I don't have hands. I don't have feet. And I remember this video because one of my friends showed it to me during that time. And he said, I can't even stand. He uses his head basically to stand up.
Exactly.
He swims and, he said it's very beautiful in one of his speeches. He said, I didn't allow my disability to disable me. It allowed me to habilitate an ability to go forward.
Beautiful. Very well said. I was unable to recall and thanks for helping me out. And immediately I said, let us both watch this video. It's a long time I watched and it was game changer.
Definitely he is the game changer.
Because I dislike saying, yeah, I have a formula, I can tell this and all that. That's not true. It's situational.
It is very situational. I completely agree on that.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next question, Suresh. So let's say like you may get a lot of projects and like everyone just like says like कि हमको ये करना है, वो करना है, and everything. How do you choose a particular project or a client when he comes up to you? Because I bet you are a very selective person if someone comes to work with you. So how do you select those particular projects and clients?
Very interesting question. I am still not that lucky to select and deselect, but you are right. I'll not work with anybody and everybody. Okay. So probably there is a saying, right? Your vibes attract your tribes.
Yes.
Okay. Say for instance, today I was talking about Pareto law. I was talking about Parkinson's law. I was talking about Gautam Buddha. I was talking about, situational. So some people may find it BS. And they switch off from this program and they don't bother to watch or talk or listen to Suresh. So automatically they are out.
Yeah.
However, some people may find, hey, looks like this guy, I never expected. It's very interesting. He's talking so natural and, it's interesting. So that's what I'm attracting. So I don't go very forcing when my client or a prospect is saying no to me. And, try to use all the marketing gimmicks and sales gimmicks and all that. Because particularly my business of coaching business owners and leaders and workshops, it's a partnership. If I promise too much without their buy-in, definitely it's going to be a flop show. So I will tell something and they say, for instance, I already told, make a list of fears, make a list of confusions, make a list of this thing. Few people will not. Who will get results?
The one who's making the list.
And in case I attract clients who don't work at all, who don't take action at all, they will not get results and my percentage of success comes down. Yeah. So I have my own system of checking whether he or she is having that fire in the belly. Do they really mean what they are talking, or just like that fancily they want to hire a coach because they have money? So these are the things which are working. And yes, I love working with people. So I should be very careful before falling in love with them, right?
I understand
that. Thanks for making it light. I was doing one workshop and I said, oh my God, you guys are so nice. I love you. Your answers are very good. Then one candidate on a Zoom call says, Suresh, how many people you love every day?
Okay.
And hope your wife is listening to you. I said, yeah, I'm at home. I'm delivering this on a Zoom and my wife is definitely listening. For your kind information, I had 30 people in the morning and I have 20 people again in the evening. Yeah, over to you.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next question. Okay. As a strength performance coach, okay, what are the certain strengths you require, when you're trying to deliver that speech or you're trying to, attract a particular audience?
So you're talking about strength performance coach or a public speaker?
Let's say both, but let's go first with the with the performance coach, and then we go with the public speaker.
Completely different. That's the reason I want to be clear.
Yes. First, we'll do the performance coach.
Yeah. So, as a performance coach, what I do is I help people know their 34 talents in a sequence.
Okay.
And it's an online assessment from Gallup's USA and tested, 80% of the Fortune 100 companies are using it. So once I know the top 10, then depending on what goal, what aspiration they have, I will coach them how to use the top 10 talents. Top 10 talents are, innate, means by birth. So let me ask you, Mansoor, this point. If you are given an opportunity to work for which you are paid very well, around the area which you love to do, how will the work be?
I bet what I'm doing right now, maybe that.
Is it effortless or not?
It is
It's
definitely
absolutely effortless.
yes.
So I help people identify that through assessment in a very professional scientific manner.
Okay.
And tell them these are the 10 things you extremely love to do in your life. So use these things to achieve your goal. And then results are amazing. That's the magic pill. I have testimonials of doctors. I have testimonials from different people who had that aha element, that breakthrough. Okay, so that's the answer for the first one. Public speaking is very, very interesting for me for a simple reason. Worldwide, #1 fear is public speaking, is what people say. Why I'm telling quote unquote is, Suresh, don't agree with that. The more number of people you give me and the more number of hours you ask me to be on the stage, my performance increases.
Okay.
Because my natural talents are aligned towards public speaking. That's the reason I think I was talking about Image Consulting Business Institute. I must have done about 20 batches of Train the Trainer and helped about 300 people become trainers across the country, including Gurgaon, Cochin, Hyderabad, Bangalore, etc. And helped them become public speakers. So public speaking is a science, it's a framework, it's an art. So I have developed a framework, like, such that even if you give me somebody who's absolutely shit scared to be on the stage, I'll ensure that they can deliver a program.
And I can bet on that. You can. Seriously, you can.
Because something very crazy I'm recalling after a long, long time. I designed something known as Bop of All Talk to the Wall. Okay.
Okay.
And that used to be the breakthrough in public speaking. I don't do any programs on public speaking, but that is one thing probably at some point of time I will launch.
Okay. If once it launches, I think we'll have a lot of people coming in to join in that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now the time does not permit, priorities are different.
Yes. No, definitely. Okay, so before the professional, we have last two questions to answer, then we'll hop on to Jolly for the personal questions. So my two questions will be very quick. Firstly, what has been your biggest challenges you faced as being a coach and how did you overcome it? So let's go with that first question.
Okay, as a coach, one of the biggest challenges is you buy people's emotions.
Okay.
So when people are low, you also become low. When people cry, you also feel like crying. And if they are, so that is what I had to create a shield for myself. Come out of that, because a surgeon cannot empathize with the patient and say, no, don't worry, right? He has to cut.
Right.
So that is one thing which I can really clearly recall as a coach, how exactly to be away from the client's problems and still coach them and take them out of the problem. So here I would like to add, as an entrepreneur, the biggest challenge is money management. So I urge all entrepreneurs to be very, very cautious in terms of financial planning, cash management, and money management.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the last question of the professional journey is, what do you think are the features or, kind of traits that makes one a good leader?
See, everybody talks about walk the talk. I think that is no more enough. Today's world, leadership is all about be yourselves. Try to be as transparent, try to be as approachable, try to be as human as possible. Because we have enough of leaders who are having a lot of knowledge, but they don't connect with the people. So that's something which is missing. And I would urge everybody to look at, yes, of course, situational leadership, and we have autocratic and laissez-faire leadership. All that GAN is good. But how are you connecting with your own people at office, at home? is the new thing which is required by most of the leaders today, which somehow I feel is missing. And be authentic. We cannot replicate somebody. Amitabh Bachchan is Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmender is Dharmender. You just don't think that you want to become one like that. No, you become one hero. You become one heroine. Authentic.
So authenticity is the biggest skill that you require to be a good leader.
Absolutely.
Right. No, I'll remember this because personally for me as a person, how I'm trying to grow myself and everything, this is a very valuable piece of advice you just gave me of being authentic. So I'm
See,
grateful.
what is happening is we are thinking, let me be like that because everybody tells that is good. Hare Baba, for him, he was not aware or she was not aware. Now people are telling good.
Right.
So probably tomorrow people will tell good to you if you are very, very authentic. Because we call it as a plastic smile, right? Plastic smiles does not work in today's world.
It does not, definitely. All right. Okay, Suresh, so that was the end of the professional journey. I'm betting that Jolly is really excited to ask you all about the personal questions. So over to you, Jolly.
I will be as authentic as possible.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
It was wonderful spending some time with you on the professional world.
Sure.
Yes, Jolly, let us start.
Thank you so much, Mansoor. I have been like waiting for this moment when I'll be interacting with Sir myself. So, sir, let's proceed with the personal questions. And being very straightforward, I would like to understand and ask you one very important question that there are multiple performance coaches in the market. So, what makes you different from others? What is that one special quality? Why people would choose you over other performance coaches that are available in and providing similar services as yours?
Awesome. I think let us start from where we stopped, authenticity. Okay. My mission is to enable and empower people, perform multifold, enhancing, living a full life of fulfillment, easily, effortlessly, efficiently. Every single day I live my mission. Why did I agree for this interview? If I am not participating in this interview, I will not be touching so many people who are your audience. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So now question is, how are you different? That's a beautiful opportunity for me to blabber. I am amongst very few coaches in the country. I don't want to call it as a word because my awareness is not there, who's using 4 assessments to help people know themselves. One around personality, one around talents, one around interest, one around their entrepreneurship. So I don't start my coaching based on the conversation, which 99% of the coaches do. I am not here to say which one is right. My question is, I was on the other side, right? Working with other coaches. My question is, when I'm working with Jolly on 3rd of January, her mood is different. If I were to interact with her on 30th January, probably mood would have been different. If I were to work with her 2 years back, the mood would have been different. So how can I take inputs over a conversation and start coaching somebody? Instead of that, like an allopathic doctor who checks blood, urine, X-ray, ECG, and then starts working, I check on your own profiling and then start my work. So this is one amongst the key differences. And pardon me, if there is another coach who is doing all the 4, probably we will become very good buddies. But otherwise, I can challenge, there is nobody who's using 4 assessments for coaching in India at this point of time.
Definitely, sir. And your fan base is a different at different levels. So we all agree on that. So sir, like my next question would be like, you have had a big shift in your career from being in corporate to being an entrepreneur today, a successful entrepreneur today. So who is your role model? Who you look up to? You said like you mentioned Gautam Buddha and everything, but as like Who are you inspired from?
Incidentally, Charlie, we did not interact, so you do not know. Anybody who knows Suresh Babu will know this name because I talk very, very high. I have a lot of gurus, I have a lot of mentors, including my dad. However, the answer to your question is Mr. Jim Rohn.
Okay.
Jim Rohn is an American business philosopher, and I became his student way back in 2005. So what I'm trying to tell is, I am a student of personality development 18 years back.
Yes.
And that could be among the oldest, like, long time back. So full inspiration is from Jim Rohn. And to give depth to the topic, I have to tell you, one amongst the things Jim Rohn says is living legacy. And when I was going through his coaching program in 2005, I told myself, oh my God, are we big enough to live legacy? Forget about it, it's out of syllabus. Because I felt Taj Mahal, Charminar, Bulb, Pen, these are the people who live legacy. However, fast forward, I'm involved in one temple construction in our hometown. And when I heard people talk about the temple and the people behind, I said, I'm already living legacy. Because very soon I'll be not on the planet Earth, but that work which I'm doing now will remain forever. So he's such a beautiful inspiration for me. In spite of being a Westerner, he talks about East and West equally perfect. Jim Rohn is the answer.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, I would like to know what is ample courses for you? What does it mean to you?
So again, Jolly, my request, sir is not something I like. Call me Suresh.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, Suresh.
Okay, Suresh. I'm so sorry. Okay, Suresh.
Perfect. So this is very sentimental, okay? 2016, I envisaged that the training world will go online. And I told my team that One Life Academy is starting its digital transformation initiative, and we named it as Ample Courses. It's my edutech startup, and we launched it in 2019. I repeat, 2019. And 2020, world went online.
Yes.
So, Ample Courses is an online training platform with live trainers around image management, project management, and professional development. And my commitment there is I'm only a founder and I'm helping a lot of soft skills trainers, image consultants, project managers to be trainers on our platform. So in case anybody on these viewers are from that community, please do reach out. There's huge potential and we need real good trainers. I will personally do the trainer such that my clients are happy. That's
Definitely, sir. And we will be attaching all the details uh, therein in the description box. So don't worry, sir. So yeah. So sir, moving forward to the next question, since you being the performance coach, leadership quality is something is which is like the base of your career and everything. So how do you maintain that quality in yourself? How do you maintain that your leadership quality?
I think with the very interesting point, Jolly, as we human beings always slip from what we want to do depending on the situation and circumstances and all that. So it is just like driving a car on a highway. Speed breakers come, villages come, lighting is there, lighting is not there, sun is there, rain is there, forest is there, clarity is there. In spite of that, you stick to your driving, right? You hold your steering, you take care of the safety. So similarly, our own leadership, people what expect from you, we should not deviate from that. I'm absolutely approachable. That does not mean that anybody and everybody can disturb me anytime. However, I ensure every missed call is called back. I repeat, every single call. Of course, I'm a human being. I might miss 2, 3, 1, 2 out of situation, but otherwise I'll ensure I'll call back. So whatever people believe in you, whatever people expect in you, whatever people perceive you as, you should stick to that as a leader. Again, probably it will go back to be authentic. Nothing wrong in telling I don't know. There are so many things I don't know. I have to learn.
Yep. We all are learning, sir. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
You are not learning.
I'm so sorry, Suresh. I'm so sorry. It's just that you're so much senior to me, and I'm like,
I know.
Okay,
please go ahead.
Yeah, just to be polite, but I will be calling you Suresh from now on, definitely. So, Suresh, moving forward with the next question, you have had like multiple clients till now. You have coached a lot of business owners and organizations and entrepreneurs. Can you recall or remind of any one client that you have felt like this client is very different? That client, any client who has left an impact on you, who has hit differently to you while you were coaching him?
Can you rephrase? I'm not in a position to exactly get what you're expecting.
Sir, can you recall any of your client who was while you were coaching him or her, you felt different, you learned something, that client affected you in a different way than others who were dealing with?
Okay, I could recall one. There are so many. As a matter of fact, you know what? The premise with which I work is all of us are unique, all of us are diverse. So every client leaves an impact because everybody is different. And my business is showing them how they are different from others. That's it. However, to answer your question, I had a client who is very, very successful, who is having nice family, nice income, nice house. However, from entrepreneurship, he wanted to go to job. Very interesting, right? And he signed up for the coaching. 3 months over, 4th month over, 5th month over, he is unable to crack a job. Generally 2 to 3 months, something fruitful will happen in my coaching. And nothing was working out. We had in-person meetings even before the pandemic. As I told you, I used to do a lot of online coaching and all that. Then I could realize during one amongst the coaching session that his intent of finding a job is not for the job, but to be eligible for taking personal loan. Because as an employee, the loan what you get is far, far easier than any other profession.
Yes.
And he is a wealth manager. He manages on the stock market, and he identified that he needs a lot of cash to invest in stock market there. So his job was not for career, but to be eligible for
personal
loans. And again, in that, his aspiration was to find a job in US such that everything is big. Then I had to make him understand that he is not cut for what he is aspiring. And then I have sent him on a 2-month holiday to US. Then he finally decided to go on a 15-day holiday, comes back and says, "Mujhe ye naukri chahiye, ye nahi, ye America nahi chahiye. I'm happy with what I am." And he started his career, continued with his career. Why I am recollecting this is people come with problem statement as something which is actually not the problem statement. And this is what I have learned from that particular client. So I go more grilling to understand, is it what actually my client wants? Most of the times client wants something, what they ask is something. That's the reason goals keep changing. Jolly, this was fantastic question. I just could not I forgot about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Suresh. So, let me ask you this question: that what are your long-term goals? Where do you see yourself after like 5, 10 years down the line?
This is again very interesting question. So next 3 years, I'll be running around my career. After 3 years, I will be available only to those people who want me to be their coach. Because after 3 years, I have a very clear clarity in terms of a completely different direction. However, I will be available to only those people who want to have me on board as a coach. So now I will be pulling. After 3 years, somebody should pull me. Hope I answered you.
Definitely. So, a moment in your life that has changed you, any moment that you can recall of.
Got so many. Today, I'm so happy to see you making a mention. You are successful. You had so many clients and all that. All these things happened because I failed miserably multiple times. And people don't even think that failing is part and parcel of the game. It looks like on paper, but in real life, people who failed miserably and surviving, okay, are the people who can actually tell what not to do. So there's so many incidents. And if I have to tell you, the real learning will be when you have zero money in your pocket. And that's when you will actually understand the relationship. You will actually understand what people mean and what are people. And I wish that situation should not come to anybody. But yes, when you don't have money, then you will know this planet Earth in a different color. That's my learning.
Okay. And your learning is also like going to be my learning as well, because your experience speaks a lot about you, and we all are here to learn from your experience and our own experiences as well. If I ask you to describe yourself in one word, who is Suresh?
I think you heard so much. You should tell me now. Don't you think
So,
you should use one word? Mansoor will should use one word.
okay, sir. So let me go for. If I go first, for me, what I have heard from you, like from past an hour, I feel that the best word to describe you would be aspirational. Um, Aspirational, because you have aspired a lot and you have been able to achieve that aspiration, whatever you aspired for in the past years. With your hard work, with your struggle, you have managed to achieve that, and you are sitting here with us and talking about it and sharing your experiences with
Thank
us.
you. Thanks a lot. Mansoor, you want to take a chance?
Okay. I'll go with one. I'll actually go with two words. One, definitely lovable. As for your comment, what you just gave some time back, but loving 20 people in the morning and setting. So yeah, definitely lovable, yes. And more than that, what I actually had, like, since I had this conversation with you on the phone until now, I would say caring. There is this very unknowingly caring kind of a nature that you have. Suresh, it's like, there are very few people. Like, I have this conversation with many people, like, but there are very handful of, you pick up the phone, you talk to them, you'll be like, okay, no, this person genuinely cares. So yeah, caring is that second word, what I would definitely put out to you.
Super. So aspirational and caring is coming up and lovable is coming up. Thanks a lot for that. So yeah, I can't shy away from answering the question to ensure that we are good. I would like to put it across as, you know, uh, living, I love to live every moment. Okay. And I wish to see nobody stops in living their real life. So it's not about heartbeat. It's about live every moment, live every minute. We are so lucky that we have taken this janma of human being on planet Earth. So we must live every moment. That's I would like to remember me for.
Great. So my last question to you would be like, how do you spend your day? How do you plan? How do you schedule your day to be most productive and everything?
I'm sure you're expecting some very formal answer.
No, sir,
Okay.
definitely not. Like, we
my,
are.
my days are defined by my stakeholders around me. Okay. So my family decides my day, my clients decide my day. And some days I am absolutely hectic. People say 4 to 6 one-on-ones or one-to-ones in a day is difficult, but I can handle 8 to 10. Okay. And if I want to laze out, I will laze to the core. Okay. So I have learned that, system. However, a typical day for me starts probably by 6 or 7 o'clock and concludes by about 10 or 11 o'clock. I was not this before. So the younger generation must understand you have to sleep the same day when you got up. In simple English, please sleep before 12 o'clock. Okay.
Yes,
So,
we try.
that's something the younger generation is missing. There are so many reasons. Not sure whether you did research or we came across. I was serving night shift for 4.5 years. So my day used to start at 5 o'clock in the evening, and I used to sleep in the morning at 5 o'clock. So I know what I missed out. And I also know people don't value it because they did not miss it out. So my day typically is a mix of very, very structured sometimes and very, very casual sometimes. But mostly, if I have a commitment, then it becomes super structured, minute to minute. Can I flex? Yes, I can flex if I want to, which does not happen very frequently, probably once in 10 days. But 9 days, it's very structured and systematic.
So that was it for the personal round, sir. It has been like great experience talking with you. Now I would like to invite Mansoor as well to get on with the rapid questions and make it a little more fun for you, because we have had some serious discussion. So Mansoor, uh,
Yeah, shoot.
All
yes,
right.
sir.
Okay. So Suresh, let's get quickly to the third part. Okay. So this part is like with all the weird questions with choose one, take one, as well as it'll be a series of everything else. Okay. So let's say, given the time that you just have the last 5 hours of your life, okay, last 5 hours, in 5 hours you're going to be dead. What is the most important things you will do in those last 5 hours?
Very easy question. Okay, if I were to have last 5 hours, I will ensure my family is on one side,
Okay.
my friends are on the other side, and whoever can join who know me to be available in the room, because I love to be amongst people. Along with that, I'm a foodie, I'm a Hyderabadi, so I would like to have good amount, good variety of biryani around and sufficient beer. So, I would like to keep on talking, and 5 hours is done.
Very beautifully said.
Why should I count? Is it 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours?
Yeah.
Because I love talking, I keep talking. I have friends on one side, I have my family on the other side, and well wishers on the other side, and keep enjoying the food and beer, and you're done.
Definitely. Jolly, second question from your end.
So, are you a traveling person or staying at home person when you are at leisure?
100% traveling person. I think I was answering Mansoor, right? If let me know if somebody can hire me as a chauffeur, okay? But they should afford me.
So, where do you like to travel whenever you like to go to mountains, or you like to go to a beach, or what is your preference?
I think I love countryside. Either it is deep down or deep high, it's okay. I love driving. I don't think I will cherish driving in skyscrapers and cities and all that. Probably I'd love to drive where I'm close to nature. Yeah, that's the answer. Beach is fine, mountains are fine, snow is good, forest is nice, jungle's
Just close
perfect.
to the.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a very important debatable question. Are you a tea person or a coffee person, Suresh?
Again, who gave you this question? They're so easy. I'm a tea person.
You are tea. Oh, great.
Okay. So as an Hyderabadi, chai goes like, at one point of time, I used to have 16, 17 chai in a day. And when one of the nutritionists asked how many teas you have, then I have to contact. I said 17. Now it got reduced to 4 or something like that. But yes, I'm a tea person, pure tea person.
Okay. So, Mansoor.
Okay. So the last question, Suresh, for you. Okay. Let's say you got a time machine. Okay. And you get a chance to go back in time. Who's that one person you want to meet and why?
Again, this goes back to sentimental. Probably I would like to spend some time with my mom.
Okay.
Oh,
She's no more.
Yeah.
Because when I lost her, it was very, very accident, like, surprising, shocking and all that. So I don't think I have spent good amount of time with her. So probably if there is an opportunity, I'll spend some time.
Definitely. I can relate with that completely. Okay. Suresh, it has been an amazing journey and an amazing conversation we had. We
Thank you.
approximately like crossed an hour and a half. Time schedule se upar, but no, the conversation
Hope you found it valuable and your viewers will watch it.
Definitely they will find a lot of value in it. I personally have found so much value in this. So definitely thank you, and definitely would want to see you with a second episode also. Definitely.
Definitely. I thoroughly enjoyed because you guys took me like, into different tangents of my life. Okay. And yes, it's very important for people to understand it's not all rosy life, it's mix of all, and that's the beauty of life. Okay. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Jolly and Mansoor for taking out time and putting me onto your platform. Thanks a lot to everybody.
thank you so much. It has been great talking with you. We have had so many insights and learnings from you and your experience and your. It has been great. It has really been great.
I appreciate. I thoroughly enjoyed this evening.
All right, Suresh, thank you very much, and see you guys on the next episode of the Coffee Conversations. Right, bye. Take care.
Thank you. Namaste. Hope I did not disappoint you because I did not say coffee.
Oh, no, definitely.
Okay. Namaste and bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.